We were discussing about an enterprise structure configuration, right? So any doubts on the enterprise structure configuration? Let me go to the system. So there is something known as, so we were discussing about a purchasing group, right? In the purchasing organization. So in the purchasing organization, there are 5 categories. Category 1 of the purchase organization is a central purchase organization. Then category 2 is a company code specific purchase organization. Then plant specific purchase organization. Then a standard purchase organization. So we discussed on that day standard purchase organization is nothing but one of the purchase organization. The people involved in this particular purchase organization are responsible to execute some of the special procurement processes. When I say a special procurement process, there are various special procurement processes we discussed on that day. Some examples are the third party sales procurement process. I have given some overview on the third party sales procurement process on that day. Then there is, we also discussed about something known as returnable transport material procurement process. Returnable transport material procurement process is nothing but I have ordered, for example, I ordered for oxygen gas, but vendor has delivered oxygen gas into empty cylinders. I have utilized the oxygen gas completely. Then I need to return back the cylinders back to the supplier. So that is called as how you are going to map this particular business scenario in SAP when you ordered oxygen but vendor has delivered oxygen along with empty cylinders, right? So that particular business scenario mapping in your SAP application will be addressed by using a returnable transport material procurement process. Then there is one more special procurement process that is called as consignment. What is consignment? Consignment is nothing but consignment procurement process is nothing but you have, there are some materials which are repeatedly used in your organization, like the ties. Let us say there are some materials which will be repeatedly used in your organization. Like if I took Tata Group as one of the company, the materials that are repeatedly used in the Tata Group for the manufacturing of the cars are tire, right? So who will be the supplier for the tires? The supplier for the tires is MRF Limited. MRF Limited is the supplier who will be delivering the tires to me. Since it is a repetitively used material, I don't want to raise the orders on monthly basis continuously, right? Since it is repeated material, I don't want it to do the repetition of the work again and again. I don't want to raise the order today for the month of September. I don't want to raise the order for the month of October individually. Instead, I will have one contract between supplier as a Tata Group. Tata Group and MRF Limited will have one agreement in terms of a consignment. That agreement will be called as consignment agreement. The Tata Group will ask MRF, Tata Group will give one specific area in the Tata Group company premises and ask MRF to keep at any moment of time some 100,000 tires, right? Let us say Tata Group is having a plant or manufacturing location. Within the Tata Group company or the plant manufacturing facility, there will be some space allocated to MRF. What MRF will do? MRF will bring some 1 lakh tires, and those 1 lakh tires will be kept in this particular location of the Tata Group company premises, right? Even though the MRF is storing the materials in the Tata Group company premises, that stock is still being owned by a MRF only. It is not belongs to a Tata Group. Tata Group has given some space to store the materials brought from MRF. That's it. That stock is still being owned by MRF only. But when the stock is owned by a Tata Group, only the materials that are being withdrawn from the MRF storage location to a Tata Group company production processes. For those materials only, the Tata Group is responsible to process the payments, etc. So MRF has stored 100,000 tires in this particular location. Today, there is a production requirement of 30,000 tires in Tata Group manufacturing company. So what Tata Group will do? They will take 30,000 tires from this 1 lakh tires, and these 30,000 tires will be used in the production processes of MRF. Here, once 30,000 has been taken by Tata Group, here the stock of the tires will become 70,000. Again, what MRF will do? MRF will bring 30,000 tires and they will add 30,000 to the 70,000. Then it will become 1 lakh again. Again, Tata Group will take 40,000. Then here the stock will become 60,000. Again, MRF will bring 40,000 from their manufacturing facility and the stock will become 1 lakh again. Right? So, whatever may be the stocks that are taken by the Tata Group, those stocks only will be processed for the payment by a Tata Group company. Let us say the Tata Group has taken 30,000 tires. Each tire is, let us say, some 100 rupees, for example. An amount of 30,000 tires multiplied by each tire of 100 rupees will be processed for the payment by a Tata Group to MRF Limited. This payment also will be happening on quarterly basis. For the month of April, May, June, whatever may be the total quantities of the stocks that are withdrawn by a Tata Group from MRF, that total quantity settlement of the payment will be done in one single day. The payment will not be processed on regular basis. Instead, the payment will be processed on one particular day, right? So what is the advantage of doing this? The advantage of doing this is Tata Group need not to raise the multiple purchase orders continuously. Tata Group doesn't want it to do a invoice verification processes continuously. Doesn't want it to do a payment processing on weekly basis or monthly basis. Instead, we wanted to do a payment processing for the actual consumption of the materials what they have utilized on quarterly basis, or 6 months once they will do the payment. So most of the companies nowadays in foreign countries they use this consignment procurement process only. Right, so how you are going to map this consignment procurement process? What and all the process steps that are available, right? So how you are going to map this consignment procurement process? So what and all the configuration steps you are going to do it? We will see it as a part of our consignment procurement execution. Why we are treating this as a special procurement process? Because we are treating this as a special procurement process because the way the business scenario executes is completely differs from the normal execution of the business scenario. So that is the reason we will see how to execute this business scenario, what and all the process steps and what will be the data records maintenance. We will see it as a part of our upcoming discussions. Right, so this is one of the special procurement process. I want one procurement department which will take care of only these type of special procurement processes. That is called as a standard purchase organization. For motors business, we will have one standard purchase org which will take care of only special procurement processes, and retail business we will have one purchase organization which will take care of only those special procurement processes like subcontracting, consignment, pipeline, etc. Then there is something known as a reference purchase organization. What is a referencing? Referencing is nothing but I am referring central purchase organization to a plant specific purchase organization. We have various categories of the purchase organizations. At the end of the day, all these purchase organizations belongs to a Tata group only or a Reliance group only, right? If one purchase organization procured or negotiated the prices, then another purchase organization can also use the prices of the already negotiated purchase organization can be valid for, right? So let us say the central purchase organization wanted to buy a TV from LG company. There is an agreement between central purchase organization and a LG supplier. LG supplier is agreed to process to sell a TV for 1 lakh rupees to a central purchase organization. Same TV will also wanted to buy from a plant specific purchase organization. Then the price that is already negotiated at a central purchase organization can also be valid for a plant specific purchase organization CPOS. But how your system will come to know? How your system will come to know that the price that is negotiated at a central purchase org can also be valid for plant specific purchase org? It is with a referencing. You need to do one configuration known as CPOR referencing to CPOS. That is called as a reference. So where we are going to do this configuration for the purchase organizations team? Any doubts, team? Are you able to understand or any queries? Can you hear me? Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let me go to the SAP application. me log in into the SAP S4 HANA. Then user 1 and India @ 1234. India @ 1234. Then let me increase the size of the font. Let me increase the size of the font. Then go to the apply and content. So let me go to the SPRO, SAP Project Reference Object. Then go to the IMZ Implementation Guide. So then we have an enterprise structure, then definition, then materials management, then we have a purchase organization. Let me go to the new entries. What are the purchase organizations? The central purchase organization, I think with this we already created. CPRG or CPOR, right? Let me create CPRG. Central Purchase Organization, Reliance Group, right? I think this we already created during the previous session. Yeah, this is already created. CPRG we created, right? CPRG. So CPRG, Central Purchase Organization for Reliance Group. Then what else? Then we have company code specific, right? RRPO and 1 minute. RPPO and RRPO, right? RPPO and RRPO. Let me go to the position RPPO. No, we haven't created. Let me create it. So this is RPPO, Reliance Petroleum Purchase Organization, and Reliance Retail Purchase Organization, right? Reliance Retail Purchase Organization. So this is company code specific, right? So company code specific purchase org for company code specific purchase org for this is Reliance Petro, Reliance Petro. And this is a company code specific purchase organization for Reliance Retail, right? Then plant specific purchase organizations. Like we have 4 plants, every plant will have its own purchase organization. Let me copy this and maintain it. It is not like that you need to create all these different categories. Some companies they will have only one purchase organization. That single purchase organization will do all the activities, right? Let us say this is a plant specific purchase org for what is the plant? Reliance Retail Bangalore, right? So this is plant specific purchase organization for Reliance Retail Bangalore plant. So this is a plant specific. This is RPJR, right? Reliance Petrol Jamnagar, Reliance Petroleum Jamnagar plant. This is RPMR, Reliance Petrol Mangalore, RPMR. This is Reliance Retail Hyderabad, RRHP. This is already there. This is already there. CPO1, let us say. CPO2. I'm just changing the code. O3. Why? Because somebody already created these things. So CP01, 02, 03. CPO1, CPO2, CPO3, and CPO4. Let me try to save these things. Right, let me try to save it. So then we have, so then what is the next one? Next one is the standard purchase organization, right? So every company code will have their own purchase organization as standard, which will take care of standard procurement business processes like subcontracting, consignment, third party sales, etc. The CPOT. Let me map it over here. That is, this is a standard purchase organization. Standard purchase organization for Reliance Retail and Reliance Petro. Let us say this is for Reliance Retail. Standard purchase organization for Reliance Retail, right? This is already there. CPO5, CPO6. This is for Reliance Retail and this is for Reliance Petro, right? Let me save CPO5 and CPO6. So like this, you need to create the purchase organizations, central purchase organization, company code specific, plant specific, and standard purchase organizations. So then what is the next one? The next one is the referencing. So referencing is nothing but you are referring one purchase organization to another purchase organization so that the another purchase organization can use the negotiated prices from a purchase organization that is being referenced. Where I will do that reference. Referencing I will do it in a separate place. Like if I go to the implementation guide, then there is enterprise structure. Referencing I am doing it under assignment. I will go to the assignment. Then a materials management. Assign purchase organization to a reference purchase organization. So I will go over here. New entries. What is our central purchase organization? Our central purchase organization is CPRG. I am referring CPRG to CPO1 for example. Again, CPRG, CPO2. CPRG with CPO3. Like this. Vice versa also you can do that, right? CPO1 to CPRG. That also possible, right? Or CPO1 to CPO2. CPO1 to CPO3 like that. So one purchase organization, I am referring to another purchase organization so that one purchase organization can use the prices that are negotiated also valid for the another purchase organization. So this is called as a reference, right? So with this we are now able to complete the purchase organization concept. Then what is a purchasing group? So we have fourth level of the organizational element in SAP that is called as a purchasing group. So what is a purchasing group? Purchasing group is a group of people involved in a purchasing department. Based upon their nature of the procurement, these people will be categorized into different groups. Like in my central purchase organization, let us say in my central purchasing department, there are 10 employees. 5 employees will only take care of the raw material specific procurement activities. I will call them as a raw material purchasing group. 3 employees will take care of a spare parts material procurement purchasing. We will be calling them as a spare part material purchasing group. There are 4 people who will be taking care of packaging material specific procurement. We will be calling them as a packaging material procurement group, right? Like in my company, there are 10 people. 2 people will take care of one particular activity, right? 2 people will take care of one more particular activity. 2 people will take care of one more particular activity. So based upon the type of the procurement what they are doing, we are categorizing those people. That's it, nothing else, right? So that we will not have. I will allocate a specific task to a specific group of people. Instead of allocating all the work to all the people, I have bifurcated my work so that that work will be handled by one specific group of people only, which we call it as a purchasing group. So purchasing group is the 3 characteristic coding, like purchasing group raw materials. It is a 3 characteristic coding only, not 4 characteristic coding. So where we will do that purchasing group configuration, we will do it at a specific place. It is altogether a separate configuration node. So if I go to the implementation guide, it is not available under enterprise structure. Instead, it is available at materials management. So if I go to a materials management, material, then there is a purchasing. So then there is a purchasing group. You see purchasing group. So I will go to the implementation activity documentation. Maintain the purchasing group that are relevant for your company. A purchasing group can be an individual or a group of individuals, right? Let me click on further. A key for a buyer or group of buyers responsible for certain purchasing activities. That is what we also discussed, right? A group of people involved in certain procurement activities will be called as a purchasing group. Let me create the purchasing groups. I will go to the new entries. Like these are the three codes. Then the description of the purchasing. Raw material, spare material, and pack material. Right. I think this is already there. I will put PZZ, PZX, PZY, and PZZ. So PGX, PZY, and PZZ. Let me now try to save it. So if you wanted to specify the telephone number of the purchasing group, right? Telephone number, fax number, telephone number 2. Purchasing group is nothing but a group of buyers, right? So they will have their own contact information like telephone number, mobile number, etc. If you wanted to use those things, you can use it. Extension number and email ID also you can specify for each and every group over here. Let me try to save it. I try to save. Now I will go back. So this way you can create the purchasing group table. So what are the tables for the purchase organization and purchasing group? Like I created these purchasing organizations. Like I created a central purchase organization. I created company code specific. I created plant specific. So what is the table for the purchasing organization? The database table. I think it is T024. So if I go to the SC11, T024 is the table for the purchase organizations. T024, no, T024 is purchasing groups, not purchase organizations. If I go to the PZ star, right? PZ star, so PZX is a raw material purchasing group, PZY is a spare material, PZZ is a pack material purchasing group. So this is a purchasing group, so database table. Then purchase organizations. Purchase organizations is T024E. I think let us see. Yeah, purchase organizations table is T024E. Right, so if I execute this particular table, we will be able to see all the purchase organizations that are created. Let me execute this table. So I will go over here. So these are all the purchase organizations that are created, right? We created CP O1, O2, O3, etc. So CP O1, O2, O3, O4, O5, and CP OR, etc. These are the purchase organizations that got saved in this the purchase organization table T024E, right? So with this, we are now completed the discussions on the SAP related organizational element, plant, storage location, purchase organization, and a purchasing group. So any doubts, team, on this? Any doubts on SAP related organizational elements? So then what next? The next is sales and distribution organizational elements. Sales and distribution organizational elements will be created by a sales consultant, not by SAP consultant. But at least I will go through the sales and distribution organizational elements creation quickly. Right? It is not our responsibility. This will be taken care by a sales and distribution consultant. Even though the sales and distribution consultant is going to work upon it, I will try to give you some brief overview on sales related organizational elements as well. So what are the sales and distribution related organizational elements? We have 5 categories. One is a sales organization, then distribution channel, division, sales office, sales group, then shipping point. These are the 6 organizational elements related to the sales and distribution, right? So these are sales and distribution related organizational elements which will be created by sales consultant. So where I will create the sales and distribution related organizational elements, we will create under enterprise structure, sales and distribution. So let me go to the SPRO, then implementation guide, then enterprise structure, definition, sales and distribution. You see there is something known as a sales organization, right? So define, copy, delete, check sales organization. Let me create the sales organization. I will go to the execute, copy, delete, check a sales organization. I will go to the copy organization object. Take any one of the existing sales organization as a reference, right? So let me select any one of the sales organization. I will select this and create a new sales organization. Let us say SOM1, SOR1, right? I will select SOM1. It is a 4 characteristic one. SOM1 is already there. I will create SOM2. Just click on enter, enter, enter. It will automatically create. I will also create a new sales organization SOR2. Let me create. So we were able to create SOM2 and SOR2, sales organization 2 and sales organization 2. One sales organization is for retail, one sales organization is for oil, petroleum products. So now I will go back to the defined sales organization and SOM2 and SOR2, right? SOM2. This is Reliance Group, Reliance Petroleum Sales Org. And SOR2. This is Reliance Retail Sales Org. Let me try to save it. Then sales organization, then distribution channel. All these are sales related org elements which will be created by sales consultant. But here we do not have a sales consultant. I am trying to create it quickly. Distribution channel. We will create 3 distribution channels. Let us say R8, W8, D8. R8, W8, and D8. So where I will create the distribution channels, I will create them under define copy delete check distribution channel. I will go to the define distribution channels, new entries. So R8, W8, and D8. Let me save it. Then division, right? Division is available under logistic general. So there is a logistic general, then there is a division, right? Define copy check division, define division, right? Go to the new entries. Divisions are, let us say I will create C7, C7, C8, C9, C6. Let me create these divisions. C9 is already there. Let me create C5. Let me say to create C7, C8, C5, C6. C5, C6. Then sales office. The next organizational element is sales office. So if you wanted to understand what is the division, what is the sales office, you can go through the implementation guide activity documentation. If you click it over here, you can see the description of the division, right? Everything there is a documentation available. If you wanted to go through the documentation, you can go through that as well. Then there is a sales office. You see there is a sales office, new entries. I will select 2 sales offices and copy as. Then create these SPMP and SPRP. SPMC and SPRC. Sales office for petroleum of Reliance and sales office for retail. Enter and save it. Let me try to save. Then a sales group. You see maintain sales group. New entries. Sales group, right? Sales group is nothing but it is like your purchasing group. Purchasing group will be used for the purchasing of the material. Sales group will be used for the selling of the materials which you are producing in your company. Let us say Reliance Petroleum Sales Group, Reliance Retail Sales Group. This is the Petro Sales Group, and this is a Retail Sales Group. Let me save this. So like this, you need to create the sales and distribution related organizational elements. Then there is a shipping point. What is shipping point? Shipping point is nothing but it is just a door, you can say. What is shipping point, right? Let me show it to you. Shipping point is nothing but a door in a warehouse through which the materials will be loaded into the trucks, right? Normally, every warehouse will have a door, right? 1 minute. Shipping point. Shipping point is nothing but a door, right? Yeah, yeah. You see, this is the warehouse. This is door one, door two, door three, door four. The trucks will be coming and standing these doors, right? The materials will be loaded into the truck via this particular door and unloaded into the truck via this particular doors. That is nothing but a shipping point. So where I will create the shipping points? I will create the shipping points under enterprise structure, definition, logistics execution, then define shipping point. New entries, I will create one shipping point. I will take any one of the shipping point and I can create. Shipping point SP03, shipping point for Reliance Petrol. Shipping point for retail and SP04, shipping point for Reliance Petrol. Let me see. So this way you can create sales and distribution related organizational elements like sales organization, distribution channel, division, sales office and sales group and shipping point, etc. Okay team, so we will stop here today and we will continue tomorrow on the further discussions on the enterprise structure.